Hello, how you doing? How's everything? My name is Mr. Wale from DEE Tutors. Today I'm going to be discussing the reasons why students fail Waec Ssce. The reasons why students fail Waec Ssce. You need to know about DEE Tutors. DEE Tutors is a learning center. We prepare students for different examinations within and outside the country, and also help students to get admission to various institutions within and outside the country. Today, as I said earlier, we'll be discussing the reasons why students fail their Waec Ssce. It is important you know about Waec. What is Waec? Waec is West African Examination Council, and Ssce is Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination. Waec organizes two major exams every year, that is Ssce and GCE. So this video is going to be covering reasons why students fail O-level
DEE Tutors, bringing learning to your doorstep.
Generally. So without wasting much of our time, let's start with the reasons why students fail their Waec Ssce here. The first reason is laziness and procrastination. Laziness and and procrastination. Many students are lazy to prepare for the examination in time, and they procrastinate their reading time. So when you don't study for an examination, when you procrastinate your studying session, when the examination eventually comes, what are you going to write? You cannot actually give out what you do not have. The second reason is late preparation. Proper preparation definitely prevents poor performance. When you prepare early enough for your examination, there is this high probability that you're going to pass your exam in fly-off colors. But when you don't prepare enough in time, it affects your general preparation or your results at the end of the day. The third reason why students don't
DEE Tutors, bringing learning to your doorstep.
to really pass their exam is when students depend on EXPO or MALPRACTICE. So with the situation of the country, every student tends to have this kind of a relaxed mind. You don't want to study for an examination, and as a result of that, it affects your preparation. When you depend on EXPO or you depend on examination malpractice, there's high probability of you not preparing for the exam, and you're not going to do well in the examination. And the fourth reason is poor standard of schools of preparation. Many secondary schools are not really preparing students for Waec Ssce. They are only trying to meet up with the requirements of the syllabus. So the syllabus is what most schools are after. Waec is an exam that it requires its own preparation. It has its own mode. It has its own nature. So that is very important. When you attend a school that does not teach in line with the standard for Waec Ssce, those students will not be able to do well in the examination. And before I take more of your time, I would like you to know that DEE Tutor is organizing an intensive revision classes for Waec Ssce students till when they write the exam. You can join our classes online, or you can come to our learning center in Lagos here. Distance or location is not an excuse for you not to be part of our classes.
DEE Tutors, bringing learning to your doorstep.
And the sixth reason why students don't really do well in their Waec Ssce is failure to work on their weak subjects. Failure to work on their weak subjects. If you're a student preparing for Waec Ssce, you're not well grounded in mathematics. You're not well grounded in English language. A problem know is apt. When you know your problem, when you know your challenges, when you know your areas of deficiency, you are made to work on it. When you don't work on it, it's going to act against you in the examination hall. So that is one of the reasons why students don't really do well in their Waec Ssce. The seventh reason is that some students are used with having bad results from their SS1 to SS3, and there is a way failure academic failure affect your performance in an examination? So when you've been failing from SS1 to SS3, it will have a great impact on your performance in your Waec Ssce. We also have another reason is students tend to study wrong syllabus. Waec Ssce has its own syllabus, and the syllabus of Waec Ssce, students need to study in line with the syllabus. So you look at your English language, your mathematics, your physics, your chemistry, your biology. You don't study outside the syllabus, and you are meant to focus on the syllabus. Your questions are meant to cover the syllabus. Many students study for Waec Ssce not using the Waec Ssce syllabus, and that is really very important. Another major reason why students tend to fail Waec Ssce is the bad handwriting. Some students have illegible handwriting. When you don't write well, it becomes difficult for the examiner to mark your scripts, and the examiner has several scripts to mark. So the examiner does not really have enough time to be painstakingly reading your scripts, wasting time on your own scripts. If you know that your handwriting is not legible enough, please pay attention to the way you write. You can start paying attention, be intentional with your writing, with the way you write in your examination. Another one is students not attending classes or tutorials for Waec Ssce. Tutorial or coaching is to focus your mind towards the examination. You have to focus your mind on the examination. So when you don't attend classes, there's high probability that you're going to fail Waec Ssce, because in tutorial you are being taught in line with the past question. So when there is any deficiency in any subject, you'll be able to focus on it, and you are familiar with the past question in the course of teaching. Another reason why
DEE Tutors, bringing learning to your doorstep.
Students don't do well in their Waec Ssce is that in the course of their preparation, they neglect the past questions and answers. So when you look at Waec, so you check the past question, you will notice that they repeat questions. So for a student writing Waec Ssce, when you study the past question, you are familiar with the nature and structure of Waec Ssce question, and you'll be able to prepare yourself ahead of the examination. The next reason why students don't really do well in their Waec Ssce is the what? Wrong spelling and grammatical errors. Some students are not well grounded in the right spelling of words used in English language. So you need to pay attention to your spelling, and you need to pay attention to grammatical errors, the rules of concord, how to use a preposition, among others. Even your mechanical accuracy, the use of punctuation, among others. These are those things that make students to fail their Waec Ssce.
DEE Tutors, bringing learning to your doorstep.
And the other reason is the mode of answering questions. The way you answer objectives, is different from the way you answer your theory questions. So there are some key terms you need to pay attention to. When an exam question says what is expected of you is different from examine, is different from highlight, is different from discuss, is different from listing. So you need to pay attention to the key terms used in the examination and the right modalities of answering this question. And the 14th reason I'm going to be giving in this video is ignoring instructions. Many students don't do well in their Waec Ssce because they don't pay attention to instruction. Instruction is as important as answering your questions. So when you do not pay attention to instruction, there's high probability, there's even high tendency that you're going to fail the exam. When you are meant to answer one question, you answer other questions. Where you are meant to answer two questions, you answer one question. When you are meant to only shade an answer, you are shading two options. Automatically, you're going to fail it. So that is one of the reasons why students don't really do well in their Waec Ssce examination. And the last reason I'm going to be discussing today is time management. Many students don't know how to manage their time whenever they are in the examination hall. They waste their time. They don't pay attention to the time management. And when you don't manage your time, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 minutes more, you are rushing. You do not even go through what you have done. So it's going to really affect your results eventually. The 15 major reasons why students fail their Waec Ssce. So remember, we are having an intensive revision classes at DEE Tutors. You can join our classes online via Zoom, or you come to our learning center physically. Don't miss it for anything. Proper preparation definitely prevents poor performance. When you fail to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So the place of preparation when it comes to examination cannot be overemphasized, and don't take it for granted. Thank you very much.
DEE Tutors, bringing learning to your doorstep.